today. Let's just lay low, drive around. We saw people, riding scooters in the streets. For the first time for the Cajuns, they were shocked. And it was fun. So finally, Heather and Marty told me, well, Eric, we need to go find something to eat. I said, sure, we got to go eat. So we went out to this beach, and it was just wonderful. We got to the beach, ordered the food. They brought some African food, and we sat down over to spend some time with. It was Martin, myself, my friend Roosevelt, who was from Liberia. We just sat down on the beach and we ate and we laughed, talked about the Cajun food and talked about the African food and the similarities and all of that. It was really fun. But as you can see from some of the pictures, that is the beach, as you can see. Very beautiful water, sat down there and we ate. And I tell you what, it was a great food. Some of the food that, even though I'm from Liberia, for the first time it was really good. We sat down and spent some time over there. We just talked about everything else, comparing the life over there with life in Acadian, like in a typical Acadian restaurant. And then that was about it. It was really wonderful.
And then after the holiday was over, they went on to the school, and it's a distance from Monrovia.
Absolutely. After the holidays was over, we went on to Johnsonville. That's where the school is located. We didn't want to go to the school without the children being in school.
Sure.
So we had this big plan. We just are going to lay low and move around Monrovia, drive around, see some historical places like the island where the first set of slaves arrived into Africa from the United States back in the days. Went all the way over there with my friend Roosevelt, leading the team. We had a great time, moving around. And then Heather's like, well, I can't wait to get to the school. I can't wait. I'm anxious. Lord, you can't be anxious. You got to go to school tomorrow. We just got to lay low and see what's going to happen tomorrow. So I called the principal that night and said, hey, we are in the country, but we're going to be coming to school tomorrow. Okay, the visitors from Acadia and I here, they have come to see what's going on here and to really put a face on the project. See the people that have been affected by this project. Oh, yeah, great. Eric will be waiting for you. So early that morning, we left from the hotel. And we used my friend's Roosevelt car. Roosevelt is a friend of mine. We met in the refugee camp many years ago, and he's doing great in Liberia. He has a human rights organization, so he gave us his car, his house. Marty and I had the pleasure to stay in his house throughout the trip. And then we drove to the school. And that early morning, I got to see, as you can see from your video camera, the children literally walking to school by foot. Well, I built a school, but I never had a chance to see how they come to school. And this was the first time I had the opportunity to see them come to school by foot. And I'm like, wow, this is how you come to school? I said, yeah, well, where do you live? Well, I live 2 miles this way. I live 3 miles the other way this way. And they just walk by foot coming up to school. And that really broke me down and humbled me a lot. And when they got there, after walking 2-3 miles, they were still not tired. They were ready to sing, say the national anthem, raise the flag, give their morning devotion. I mean, so much energy that even the older people did not have. And that's just amazement that you would expect the children to be depressed, they could be hungry, frustrated, and stressed out. There's nothing like that.
And all in their uniforms.
All in their uniforms, pretty looking people. And I'm like, sometimes it's not too difficult to change the world as many people might think.
Yeah.
It takes just one little step of faith and action to make the difference. And it was just wonderful, to be there, that with a little gift that you can change the world of somebody somewhere. And some people out here, you talk to them about these things, it's like, wow, Eric, I don't think I can do that. I don't have what it takes. I didn't do anything. I just gave $80. I just give my old books. I said, yeah, but that was what you did, and that's what made a difference. You didn't have to do anything more than that.
Well, and I think what people forget, too, is by itself, it may not change the world.
Right.
But that little bit, this little bit, this little lot, when you put it all together, it can move a mountain.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was perfect. And Marty and Martin, as you can see from the screen, and Heather, they were just overwhelmed that morning. See this number of children, 600 of them line up orderly in their uniform and singing, and no noise. I mean, just everybody you talk to said, praise God, hallelujah, thank you guys for coming. And the children were just, this was the first time for a Cajun to visit, a white person to visit the school. So they were all admired. They were, wow, you know.
Kind of like a toy.
Yeah, the toy. Everybody wanted to touch them, wanted to feed them, wanted to talk to them. How did they talk? What did they eat, Eric?
Yeah.
You know, did they understand me? And they refused literally to go to class that day. It was a hell of a fight. You know, we had to get to class. No, we want to talk to our friends. You know, when are they going? How long are they going to be here?
Yeah, they've probably never, not only at the school, but probably have not seen a white person, period.
Yeah, period, yeah. So, especially a white person visiting their classrooms and trying
to their world.
Yeah, coming to their world. So in the morning, what we also do while the devotion is going on is for me to have the opportunity to speak to them about their lives and what we're trying to do for them and the importance of them taking their education seriously. So it was really a wonderful time. And after the morning devotion at the school that morning, Marty called me and she said, Eric, it was good that we came on this trip. We really wanted to see what was going on here. We wanted to know what was happening, and it was good that you gave us the opportunity to come here and to touch and to feel what's happening here physically on the ground. And we will be able to go back to Liberia, to the States, and tell people what's going on.
You know, one of the things, being in a school, I can appreciate the classroom sizes. At your school, all the children are at benches and tables, and they're very close together. And in American schools, a big push is for class sizes, certain space between the kids, and having the play space, the open space, all the technical teaching equipment and all. And when you do that, when you think of a school here and then you look at what you've got going on, then you really appreciate it. You're forced to appreciate what we have here.
Absolutely, and my work around here ever since has been getting along with the American children and young people and just trying to help them to put life into perspective. You know, that you are fortunate to be where you are and have what you have. It's not a sin, it's not a big problem, but you have to realize that more than half of the world's population wish to be where you're at. You know, to sit in the classroom of this space, you know, you sit alone by yourself. You have a whole desk to yourself, and you have a place to keep your book bags. And like I came to your school, and I asked the children, how many of you have a computer at home? And all the hands went like this. I even have 2. And they're looking at, how many books you got at home? Wow, me? I think I have about 600 books. Wow, just you. That alone, for some of us from other places in the world, it's just overwhelming a little bit to understand that there's so much. It gives you a more sense of appreciation of who you are and what you are and what you have and what you know. You know, that's your own. You can't change that. So it's humbling, and it's also encouraging for me to continue with this work and keep pushing forward, you know, until we can help as many people as we can.
One of the things that I wanted to bring up too was we've focused a lot on the students and their education, but one of the things that has really impressed me too is there's a big push to educate the adults and also to not only educate them but give them opportunities for work, such as the gentleman on the scooter that's going to be working, but with your computer program, with these...
That is huge. You're right. You're right. Like the Adult Literacy School is a school that we set up for adults who missed out on the opportunity to go to school throughout the period of the Civil War. We have 150 in that class. It starts at 5 p.m. at night and closes by 9 o'clock. We run on generators. There's no...
Because there's no electricity in the whole country.
Yeah,
that's another thing I wanted to make sure we said.
We use local generators to power the school. Most of these people go out to look for their daily breads and daily livings, and they come back to school, and then we just put on the power and they stay in class free of charge. That is humbling to see that a lady at the age of 50 or 45 can still hold a pen to read and write. And we have the graduation coming up. You know, so it goes all around. Then the scooter, like the motorbikes or the bicycles that we have that the Rotary have to pay for, we hire somebody who runs that, and we put $10 a day. You know, and out of that, he's able to feed his family and feed himself and take care of his family, and he's happy because he got a job. And he wouldn't have got a job because somebody from here bought a scooter to help him out.
And his job is to do what with the scooter? The
scooter is to take it around like a kind of public transport system, you know, running around, pick up passengers, drop them off for maybe $20 Liberian dollars or $15 Liberian dollars. At the end of the day, he comes home with maybe $10 total. American money, you know. And out of the $10, you got to give him $2 to take home. You know, that's the whole work. You know?
And if I remember correctly, the first time we visited, again, one of those, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, but $40 for a bag of rice?
Yeah, $40, between 35 to $40 a month, and that's even difficult to come by because I was paying teachers for $30 a month, so they couldn't, most of them could not even afford to buy themselves a bag of rice a month, which is just totally hard to believe, you know.
So what's your goal?
Well, my goal, the short-term goal is to finish the Heart of Grace middle school and senior high school this year. I'm leaving for Africa, by the way, those of you who don't know, on Saturday next week. That will be on the 18th of June, 2011. I'll be going, trying, since I came back from Liberia, the people of the area were so generous that we were able to raise money to go back and finish the high school and create a library. And during this trip, I'm going to be doing a lot in Liberia. So the goal is to go and finish that school, build a library, and then move on to somewhere else in the country, somewhere else where we can start this thing. Just take the model that we have at Johnsonville.
And I'm sure you've learned a lot from the first one, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes. And implement that somewhere else in the country. And the long-term goal, of course, is to eventually build an Institute of Entrepreneurship and Business Studies, which I believe is very crucial in building a nation. Most of these people need to be told what they can do locally to empower themselves financially. So that'll be part of my major goal in Liberia. And after that, the hope is to move out to other people. But to put a number on the people I wish to reach, I really wish to reach at least 1 million people in Liberia.
And how many people are in the country?
3.5 million people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lofty goal. Which I think you're on your way.
Well, it's possible, especially this is how I look at it. If you send a little child to school or an adult to school, you're not just helping that adult as an individual. It goes down. Like people who send $80 to Africa to pay a teacher's salary. Now think about this. A lady teaches at the school for $80. She gets the $80 and she takes the $80 home. Or the guy teaches and he brings the money home and gives the money to his wife, and the wife takes the money and go to the local market and buy pepper, salt, rice, beans from the locals at the market. And the only reason why the locals go to the market is because they know she's going to come to buy. She's working. You get what I'm saying?
Have a customer.
Yeah, have a customer, and then the local take the same money and go to the farm to farm. So it has that ripple effect. It goes around. That $80 is still not stopping in the school.
Exactly.
You have all the children in the classrooms. You have the teacher being taken care of. The teacher, through the $80, is able to take care of her family. And then the locals in the market go to the market because they have a customer who happens to be the teacher that's going to buy from them. And then the locals take the same money to go to the farm or to go to the factory, to buy more stuff in the factory. So it's just like you having the whole nation. And that's how I look at the calculation, that to reach 1 million people is not going to be difficult because that's how it goes around.
Well, what can I say? I don't know what else to say. This building's built. You're finishing another building after this?
Yeah, after this is the next building. That probably will be the last building because we'll be running out of land space over there. That would be hopefully the Institute of Entrepreneurship and Business Study or Center, where young people come to learn how to start small business and manage it from scratch and watch it grow. And how to become entrepreneurs, what does it mean to be entrepreneurs? Most of them would tell you, I wasn't born in a rich home, I don't have what it takes to do the things you want me to do. But like me, I wasn't born with what I'm doing right now. No, nobody handed it over to me. But it's that entrepreneurship spirit that you need to develop in yourself and have a vision of what you want to go and what you want to do. So we want to build a special school for that. In the long run, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, that'll be a long-term goal, where people can just come and learn, and probably bring people from the States to give lectures, successful business people who started from scratch and made it to the top. How can you use your story to motivate other people to get involved and give them hope? This is how to do it.
Well, if somebody wanted to get involved, aside from get involved in any way, either donations or I know that you're leaving with a container.
Right.
Or the container has left. You're leaving with that container's full. There's a container there, as a matter of fact.
Right.
So just so people can see what we're talking about, that's a train car.
Yeah, it's a train car.
And all of that's packed ceiling to floor, wall to wall. If people want to get involved in either donations of items, shipments such as these, or monetary donations, how would they reach you? How would they get that money? I know it's through Change Agent Network.
Right.
You're going to Africa. What do we do?
Well, I'm going to Africa, but I'm not going to Africa forever. I'll be back. And besides that, we have a whole team here in Acadia and in the States that helps to take care of business when I'm not here. So the best way to reach me, you're going to see the screen on your numbers on your screen, and our website is to go to our website. Our emails are also on the screen, and phone numbers that they can use to reach us. It's just find out. We tell people there's a lot you can do. You could either join our fundraising committee, which helps to spread the word around and create actions and motivate and encourage people to action. You could be a part of our what I call Travel with a Purpose team, which is taking a trip, not like you normally take a tourism or go on vacation. No, this is totally different. You go on a trip that's going to revolutionize your life forever, change you forever. So you join our Travel with a Purpose team, where we get to take you to these places and put you literally in the midst of these people, so that you can have personal interaction with these people, personal contact, and interact with them and encounter what they encounter every day. And then probably that helps you to put your life into perspective. By the time you come back, you got to appreciate more the AC you have in your house. You got to appreciate more the roads that you have, the streets you live on. You got to appreciate more of that. And not just that, but maybe in the midst of doing that, you have a bigger picture of what God has in mind for you, the vision, the purpose of your life. And that's what we call travel with a purpose. Travel to discover yourself. Because sometimes in your comfort zone, you don't get to know who you are. Because it's just too comfortable, where everything else is. And you don't even know how much strength you have and how much you could do or what you could do to change your world, because where you are is just too comfortable. So when you step out of your comfort zone, I think that's when the real thing happens. So travel with a purpose. You could go with Travel with a Purpose on Africa trip. If you are a professional, maybe a classroom teacher, you want to pay a visit to Africa, you just want to get in touch with the people in everyday's life, which is perfect. We are also waiting to do that. Or you could come to give lectures to the women. We work with a lot of young women and women across the board in Africa. It could be a workshop, a motivation session, a classroom seminar where teachers get to interact with other teachers. How can you work for $80 a whole month? How do you do that? Just having this kind of normal conversation. Sometimes it could be a builder. Somebody knows how to build a school. You want to come and see, or you want to come and help dig a water well, or you want to come and just travel and see what you can do. So so that's another way you could get involved. Or you just want to be part of the fundraising committee. Come up with ideas. Eric, this is what I can do to help to raise money for what's going on over there. I can't physically get to go, but there's something I can do to help.
Yeah.
If you can go, then your money can go. If your money can go, then your services can go. But just do something.
One thing too, I want to extend this out to those schools in the community, in the area, as they recycle into their next curriculums. As one curriculum ends and they buy new books and all, before they just literally put them in the dumpster. I know that you're taking our science series that we're changing. We're getting a new series this summer. We'll be packing that up for you to take on your next trip. So I put that out to schools and organizations when you have especially high volume items, where especially curriculums, like from kindergarten through 8th grade or high school even. I know you're accepting those things too.
Absolutely. So, we accepting a lot, and unfortunately right now we ran out of storage unit. The last place we're using for the last couple of months, we're no longer using it. So we have to look for a new place. So people who listen, you have a storage place that you're not using, and probably you just let it to use it for a year, we would appreciate that. Or of somebody who wants to help, that would also be appreciated.
Sure. Yeah. And you're a nonprofit 501c3.
Yeah, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization, meaning you can get tax deduction, and every donation you give, you can write it off your taxes at the end of the year. And what we do is that every year we send you a letter in the mail acknowledging your donation and how you could get it deducted from your taxes, and we send you our tax ID number and everything. So that's what we get to work with.
Great. Well, Eric, unfortunately, our time together is coming to a close.
Again.
And I know. And,
it came so fast.
I know.
It's going back so fast again.
We were just meeting yesterday, right? Talking about your other trip, and now you're going back again. That's just crazy.
Week. But you know, it's amazing. You know, I tell these people this all the time. It's amazing that I came here to the United States with just a shirt and the pants on me.
Yeah.
You know, in other words, in Africa, we say one hand in the front and one hand in the back. That's literally how I came here. And 4 years down the road, to have been able to ship 18-wheelers of stuff. 4 years down the road. In fact, last year, the shipment, we got a ticket in the mail from the federal government for overload.
Oh.
Isn't that incredible? Somebody that came with a shirt and the pants on him, now shipping stuff and he getting a ticket for overload.
Well, and I know that the government's been amazed that you're not charging for all this, too.
Yeah. Overload. They say, Eric, you pulled 85,000 pounds on federal highway. It should have been under 80,000. So you went above. And I started, it made me cry, literally. I'm like, wow. So this is how serious this whole thing has become.
Yeah.
You know, that I can get a ticket in the mail for overload.
A good problem to have.
A good problem tag, you know. So it's just amazing how things have gone so fast. Container gone already again. This time around, we were able to ship like 150 computers, 7,000 textbooks, 185 chairs, laptops, my computers, even from your schools, all the donation we got from your schools. It's just amazing how every step along the way, you know, these things have just come together, and it literally